Hello, I'm Denise, and this is my spirit filled story. I was actually raised in a denomination that was a lot more conservative as when I was a child and through my teen years, and like once I got old enough, kind of like late teens, I decided I wanted nothing to do with the church or religion, and that was like my stance for decades. But when I hit my like mid to late 30s, a friend of mine wanted to get involved like back in church and faith, and he knew he wanted to go to an ELCA church. And so like he invited me to come, and I was like kind of whatever, yeah, whatever. I'll go, but I don't really care. And so I went for I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 weeks. And I noticed on the church bulletin they offer communion every week. And it also said on the bulletin about communion, all are welcome to the Lord's table. So that was sort of that was weird, just because of the way that I grew up. In the denomination that I grew up in, um, I was taught that if you took communion and you knew that you had sinned or that you were a sinner, you were basically you were going to hell. Like there's no really nice way to say that. That's just how I was taught. And because I knew that I was a sinner and I knew like the stuff I'd been through, that I would think, well, okay, it says here that communion's for everyone and for all, but like not for me. I can't go. So I would just sit there during communion time and watch people kind of go up and take communion. But I kept thinking about those words, all are welcome. And I don't know why one week I decided to go up. Um, I don't know whether it's because I finally like really felt left out or because I just wanted to test it. Looking back, it was probably because I guess I needed the grace. I wanted to know that the grace was really there for me. So I went up and I took communion, and I came and I sat back down, and I was just kind of I wasn't like waiting to get zapped, but it was a strange feeling. It was like a good feeling, and it was also like a little confused and like a lot of joy. I remember crying a lot. I remember feeling really relieved. Um, it was like I didn't have to run from God anymore. I didn't have to hide from God anymore. I could take communion. I could feel that God's love and grace was really there, like for me. Like it wasn't just words. It was there for me. And knowing that has really changed my life in a big way. And it also changes how I treat other people, because if God's grace is there for me, then it's there for them too. So, because of that moment in communion and the idea of God's grace being open to all, that's why communion is really important to me and is a big part of my personal story. Thanks.